Shalom, giving all praise to Yahweh, Hashem, Al Shai, Hashem, Kodash, Shalom to 144,000, the rest of the elect out there, Shalom to you all. And I'm going to try to make this quick. I told you in my last video I was going to watch this video right here, put up by Remnant Say 144, News and Prophecy, Transhumanism, Digital ID, Recreating Man in Their Own Image. I'm going to play this minute marker, 32 minutes and 32 seconds in. That's a double five. I'm going to title this video These Other Camps Had to Have Sold Out. If you can't see this video right here, I already kind of knew what was going to be said. The elder was going to bring out some articles and he's going to filter them to scriptures that we are familiar with. To be exact, Revelation 13 and 16. We don't even have, a lot of times we don't even go to Revelation 13 and 16. We just kind of mention it because we did so many videos on it. So if we're talking about the microchip, if you watch us on the regular, you would notice that we're talking about Revelation 13 and 16. But okay, at this point right here, at 32:32, you got this guy Noah Harari, which he's a small hat. He's a citizen of Israel, and he's openly happy. But yet they say they're there got there in 1948 to fulfill the prophecy. No, when the prophecy is fulfilled and the kingdom is established, and that's the so-called headquarters, that the Lord is going to go out. Isaiah 2 and 2, Micah 4 and 2. That the whole planet is going to learn the Lord from them. Come and let's come and they will teach us teach us of their ways. So how in the hell can you have a guy, prominent guy, that lives a citizen, a small hat, and openly happy? Then you got Tel Aviv. But when we speak against them, they label us as anti-Semitic. We're Semitic. Anyway, this is what I wanted to show you. Okay, I'm listening to this, right? Listen up, listen up, listen up, listen up.
Let's go back.
I mean, this is stuff we know. We know all this. I don't got to watch this video. I already know. You know, he's bringing out more. The elder's bringing out more, just more receipts. You need more. You still don't see it. Here's some more receipts. You still don't see it. Here's a truckload full of receipts. So we don't even have to watch this, but we watch it anyway.
Here.
So hopefully for the next pandemic, we can still see some movement of the people, some movement of the goods, and movement of...
And people ain't falling for that scamdemic because of the last one. We're talking 6 years ago. Remember, people had personal experiences of people that they knew that took it and got sick, didn't get better, or even died. Most of the time died or got sick. There's people that didn't die, but they're sick. And they can't explain the sickness, whether it's some form of cancer, whatever they want to call it. And personal people, there was people, they said they ain't going to take it, I'm just not going to take it. They're good. Other people in the family, maybe their mother said no, I'm going to take it, son, and they dead. Or their sister takes it and they're dead. Or they're sick. So this new virus, people ain't taking to it, man. They say it's on top of that, and that's also right here. Let me bring it up. Okay, right here. Okay, this is new. I think almost 80 people died. They said the Ebola virus in, what did they say? It was in Africa. I believe they said Uganda. And what did they mention? 2 places in Africa. Somebody help me out, y'all. But anyway, they said the Ebola, there's no cure for it. So once you get hit with it, you pretty much die. And you got the WHO in charge of it with the white suits on and the whatever. People ain't falling for this bullshit. It says World Health Organization, WHO declares rapidly spreading Ebola outbreak. At the same time, you got this other one, a global health emergency, global Ebola virus, how it spread, bats, contact with infected people, direct contact with body fluids. Anyway, let's go ahead and let this play.
Right? So these people aren't going to stop. All right? They're going to use this as a means to say, all right, basically, you're in league with the beast. All right?
Well, let me go to this. Let me go to this guy, this
Public
Filipino-looking
A
fella.
digital health certificate acknowledged by WHO. If you have been vaccinated or
That eventually that's going to
Interesting
lead to
part
your,
of it
your
is
chip.
that, yes, it is very necessary for financial services.
See, all these people got a script. They're not speaking from the heart. They all got a script. Okay, you say this, study this, put in your own words, and say it. Then Joe Schmo is going to say something else. Like they're brainstorming. The meeting of the minds. No, these are all actors.
But not only. It's also good for school enrollment. It's also good for health, who actually got a vaccination or not. It's very good to get your subsidies, from the government. So this.
I missed that the first time. Get your subsidies from the government. What is that talking about? Food stamps, EBT, SNAP, EBT, SNAP, Section 8, Medicaid, Medicare. You live, most Jakes live because of the benefits from the government. The Jake woman that got an apartment, she might be paying $25 a month to live in Section 8, and the bitch is late every fucking month. $25. Let's say it's $1,000 for 3-bedroom or whatever in the hood, whatever. The Section 8 gives her $975, and it comes right on time. She gets a late bill because she can't get 25 fucking, and that's a fact. You can't get the money up 25 fucking dollars. They be going to court too, getting ready to get evicted because they got the $275 that they owe, whatever, so many hundreds of dollars, and that's just $25 built up to sit. Then what you do now, I know it is in New York, go to the welfare, go for a one-shot deal. That's the reason why Jake is living, because they're being fed by the mouth of the serpent, the dragon, Revelation 12. So he's pulling it back. If the government wasn't giving you these things, you would probably most likely be forced to be in order. The Jake man would have to work and stay with his women. They got to work together. But Isaiah 4:1 is coming. I keep going in Isaiah 4:1. And the receipts are piled so freaking high that if you can't see this and you're an Israelite, you sold out.
As not only affect the financial services, it's a very important issue.
Let me bring this back. I'm sorry. I mean, I know we sound like a broken record, but
From the government.
like I said, I'm gonna say this again. I already know what the elder's gonna say. He's gonna bring out some articles, then he's gonna filter them right through the scriptures. No big deal. But guess what? I watch it anyway. I caught the title. I said I gotta watch the video. And what did it make me do? It made me want to hop on. Financial services, school enrollment. Oh, when you go to these colleges or high school or elementary school, whatever, preschool, you're going to have to get a chip. Who got a vaccination? Which I believe they might be trying to push this Hannah thing. They might do the chip, and they say, well, listen, with this chip, I don't know how they're going to do it, right? They're going to do it, but I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know if they're going to say, this chip will, once you take it, will cure. You wouldn't have a need of a vax. And what's ironic is, there's only a small, minute amount of people that know this MOTB, Revelation, and that's GMS. And there's a couple of Edomite that know it, and the elite knows it. The mass of the people don't know it. And some of these Edomite from down south in the Bible Belt, they know it. They the first ones that are going to protest that chip, in my estimation, are the Bible Belt people, the Edomites, which a lot of them is Jake. They're going to say, we know that's the mark of the beast. We ain't taking it. Government subsidies, which means what? EBT, SNAP, which is food stamps, and then you get income with that to pay your bills. You want to buy clothes, you got to pay rent. You got Section 8 that can pay for that. You got food stamps, like I said. You got Medicaid, you got Medicare. Student grants, if they're still doing that.
So this has not only effect to the financial services, it's a very important issue.
So let's have
So what did King Charles say? Demon, well, this is going to change how you interact with public services.
a digital health certificate acknowledged by WHO.
So this guy got a different script. Okay, you're gonna come up with this like you coming in with an idea. These are actors. They all get a script. They'll give them the script. You got a month to study this and memorize it and put it in your own words. But use these key words. Let me bring that back. See, we're in an analytical stage, analytical stage of this thing, of these prophecies. We're analyzing things. A lot of times, anytime you see a GMS do a video on the MOTB, it's going to be the same thing that we did 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 14 years ago. Let me bring this back.
For financial services, but not only. So it's also good for school.
Oh, financial service. You cannot have a bank account unless you ultimately have the chip. You cannot get a mortgage. You cannot pay a mortgage. You cannot get a mortgage. You can't rent an apartment. You can't register a car because you need digital currency to register your car.
Enrollment is also good for health, who actually got a vaccination or not. It's very good to get your subsidies, from the government. So this has not.
And you see that black nigga in the suit? He got a script too.
Only affect the financial services. It's a very important issue.
So let's have.
So what did King Charles say? Demon, well, this is going to change how you interact with public services.
A digital health certificate acknowledged by WHO. If you have been vaccinated.
He said acknowledged by WHO, World Health Organization. Now, did not Nero say they're going to sever themselves from the WHO? He ain't brought that conversation hadn't been brought back up.
Tested properly, then you can move around. So for the next pandemic, instead of stopping the movement of the people 100%, which clog the economy globally, you can still provide some movement of the people. Indonesia has achieved, G20 country has agreed to have this digital certificate using WHO standard, and we will submit into the next World Health Assembly in Geneva as the revision to international health regulations.
So with this hantavirus, right? Now they're saying, 41 people are now being monitored, and it's only going to increase. And I think they're bringing about even another.
Ebola,
here.
that you said, Ebola.
Now they got Ebola. All right, you can see that here. All right, now you got Ebola spreading. All right, this is going to increase the need for them to.
Why can we see all this? Because the Most High gave us the eye salve to see through anything.
Track you and bring you into that digital ID system, right? And from there, they're only going to move forward, and it's going to
have an unction from the Holy One, and you know all things.
Happen fast, and we're going to be tested through these times, which is why we constantly, push prayer, all right, and putting off the mortal thoughts. A lot of the stuff that bothers us is really mortal and carnal, and really, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. What matters is getting the hell out of this prison we're in, because they're only getting ready to tighten their grip. All right, and as the scriptures say, the just are going to have to live by faith. If you're all tied into your flesh and your personal needs and wants and what you're going to most likely, all right, make a decision that is not spiritual. All right. So these people aren't going to stop. All right. They're going to use this as a means to say, all right, basically, you're in league with the beast. All right. And let's go back here.
So hopefully for the next pandemic, we can still see some movement of the people, some movement of the goods, and movement of the economy.
COVID is critical because this is what convinces people to accept, to legitimize total biometric surveillance. We want to stop.
Total, meaning all. Total biometric. I said this in previous videos. Bio meaning life. In this case, your body. Metric meaning measure. Biometrics. When they put the chip in you, that's biometrics.
Stop this epidemic. We need not just to monitor people, we need to monitor what's happening under their skin.
We need to monitor. Let me let you hear that again. Trump had made a statement. They were talking about 6G. He said, "Oh, I remember 5G. We were behind that. So now we got 6G. What is it going to go deeper under the skin?"
Total biometric surveillance. We want to stop this epidemic. We need not just to monitor people, we need to monitor what's happening under their skin.
That's the chip, because you put the chip in there and it's gonna tell you what your vitals are, your blood pressure is, whether you got smiruses. I mean, no, you mean to tell me Johanna can't see through this? Nate can't see through this? Are you kidding me, man?
Their body temperature, like we walked in here, we had to go through a body temperature test. No, I think maybe a couple of decades when people look back.
When I was getting dental work, right, 2019. Well, I go to the dentist every 4 months, but when I was getting actual work, I was getting the NAP done. You can look that up. It was 2019, 2020. That's when deep into 2020. That's when the virus came out, and they closed the office. I forget how long the office was closed. Maybe 6 months, almost a year. I needed to get a back tooth pulled, so I had to go to emergency dentist because they closed all the dentist offices, and there were certain dentists that were open for emergencies, and you had to check your what is it, the temperature, and you had to wear a mask, and they had to know that you didn't have the thing. But then eventually my office opened back up, but when I went there, the chick had a what do you call biohazard suit, and she had the digital what do you call it, scanner for your if you had fever or not. And we joked about she had the mask on, I had the mask on. She said, "Oh, you all right?" And they let me, in other words, they let me back get dental work again. So that's all a part of that fucking game, man. And they're gonna do the same thing all over again, and majority of people are gonna fall for it. I hate to sound like a broken record.
The thing they will remember from the COVID crisis.
See, this is not the time to be talking about whether Edomites gonna make it. This is not the time. Well, you guys are going off when you say Yahweh Shai, because when you really look into it, his name is Yeshua. I know you guys, Hassad, I know you watch my videos and other videos, we watch to see what's going on. What's your take now on the MOTB? And I wouldn't be surprised if you guys said, "Oh, it has nothing to do with the microchip." Because the spirit came to me and told me in a dream.
This is the moment when everything went digital. And this was the moment when everything became monitored. They agreed to be surveyed all the time, not just in authoritarian machines, but even in democracies. And maybe most importantly of all, this was the moment when surveillance started going under the skin. The biometric sensor.
There it is again, under the skin. Let's listen to a little bit more.
Surveillance started going under the skin.
It's the thing, it's the gadget, it's the technology that converts biological data into digital data that can be analyzed by computers.
Which is the chip. The chip is nothing but you might as well say a miniature computer.
And having the ability to really monitor people under the skin.
This is the third time he said it, under the skin. He keeps saying under the skin. I'm surprised he didn't say right hand or forehead. Remember, Nero said the same thing the other not a while, I don't know, a month ago. The 6G, where they're going to go deeper into your skin?
This is the
If somebody wants to put that up, if they can find the clip on YouTube, you can put it up. Put the minute mark.
biggest game changer of all.
See, this is basically what we just read. They're telling you, right, that you should make an image to the beast, right? But as we showed you, now all of the idols of old and everything is now. They have the, as he's gonna say, I believe he has it in this video. They now have the power, okay, that ancient tyrants didn't have. See? So this is all, everything that we're reading, he's saying you should make an image to the beast, basically conform, right? As we just showed you here, right? Silicon Valley wants to put a chip in your head. Okay? We'll get into that.
Is fulfillment of any scripture, General Yohana, Bishop Nate, where's that in the scriptures? If they chip, hand chip, if they, let's say they chip 8 billion people, that's got to be if they're able to chip 8 billion people around the planet Earth, damn near everybody. Let's say it's 8.5 billion. 8 billion people are chipped, but that's not in the scriptures. I guess America's not in the scriptures. No, America's not in the scriptures. No, George Washington. No. The EU, NATO, and the EU. No, that's not the beast. What are you guys talking about? That's the Antichrist. It's the guy with the Brook Brothers suit.
Right, but
Name
here you go. Silicon Valley CEOs warns humans who refuse brain chips will not survive the coming human AI merger, meaning you're going to be left behind. Okay? You're going to be left behind. Okay? And pretty soon, after a while, you won't be able to keep up with the world.
Well, they're going to go worse than that. They're going to kill some of us. Revelation 20, verse 4. All this stuff, you Israelites out there that don't see it, this is going to come back and bite you in the ass. Hard. They're going to take a chunk out of you.
World that we're creating. And we'll tap into that. Right? But let's go back here.
With this kind of surveillance, when you watch the big president, the big leader, gives a speech on television, the television could be monitoring you and knowing whether you're angry or not, just by analyzing the cues, the biological cues coming from your body. So now people are now watching us online, all over the world, this conversation. Now, maybe even right now, the people who are watching us are being watched and analyzed. And the thing is, it's not just you're now watching this. The thing is, we know that you're watching this, and we also know how you feel. Are you angry about what you hear? Are you frightened? Are you bold? This is the kind of power.
And that's that pre-crime shit, Minority Report. And that came out, I believe, in 2005, if I'm not mistaken. Pre-crime. Now back there, that was considered something that could never happen, but with the technology in that movie it's in real life.
that Stalin didn't have, when Stalin gave a speech, everybody, of course, clapped their hands and smiled. Now, how do you know what they really think about Stalin? It's very difficult. You can't have a KGB agent following everybody all the time. Even if you do it, he's just watching your outside.
Basically, he's saying he's going to enslave everybody. A digital open-air prison. You're just going to be prisoners to these super elite.
Behavior. He doesn't really know what's happening in your mind. But in 10 years, the future Stalins of the 21st century, they could be watching the minds, the brains of all the population all the time. And also they will have the computing power to analyze all of it. It's not just having an agent following everybody all the time. The agent in Stalin's days writes a paper report, and you have these millions of paper reports.
They did that in the movie, and I said this earlier in this video, the movie Elysium, when he went for his status, something happened. He went before a robot, an all fucked up looking robot, like a Jack in the Box looking robot. And he was talking to the robot, and he was getting angry. So the robot says, "I sense your temperature went up, and your blood pressure went up, and your heart rate went up. Are you angry?" Or something to that effect. You can watch it in the movie. That movie was before its time. It came out in Elysium came out in I believe it was 2014. So we're talking it was 2014. We're talking 12 years ago. I remember seeing it in the theaters. But that's a good movie. That shows you the future dystopian system that they're going to set up. But they're not going to succeed. Remember when it said when they begin to eat and fill their bellies? Job 20. They're going to succeed when they chip everybody.
Piling up in Moscow, somebody needs to read them, to analyze them. That's impossible. Now you don't need human agents, you don't need human analyzers, you just have a lot of sensors and an AI which analyzes it, and that's it. You have the worst totalitarian regime in history. And COVID is important because COVID legitimizes some of the crucial steps, even in democratic countries.
Yeah, and there was a video. Let me see if I can find it here. Where
see, I don't like to play this stuff because, YouTube be fucking around.
What they were doing was loading an operating system onto your body. The 5G, the 6G, that is the signal. The mRNA is the internal receiver. By the way, I don't know how long this video is even going to last, so share it while you can. And what they put in the sky, the toxic metals, the graphene oxide, that is turning it into essentially a giant plasma screen. See, none of this would be possible with clean air because that signal would lose strength. But when it's able to go through an ionized aerosol cloud, it stays focused. This also goes steps further into AI, into tracking, and it's especially important to get these metals out of your body because they serve as a bridge between the external grid in your...
You need to get in chelation. What is that? Cilantro, fresh, organic cilantro, put it in your smoothie. Has that pungent taste, what I love. I even got I made a tincture from the cilantro, and it's a chelator. Also, what is it called? Help me out. I never pronounce this right. But Byzantine clay. I know I pronounced it wrong. I botched it. Somebody help me out. Also, activated charcoal, which it's a key form of chelation to bring out those metals, especially in your brain, going past the blood-brain barrier. Yeah, we were talking about all this yesterday at the camp. We're talking about visceral fat and autophagy and what else? What other new word that I gave him? I gave him a word. Oh, the vagus. We were going into the vagus nerve. See, we go into the human body. How to reset the vagus nerve. I told every brother how to reset the vagus nerve. Y'all don't even know what the vagus nerve is, let alone how to reset it. So I reset my vagus nerve every morning. Learn how to reset your vagus nerve. I knew I was going to say that.
For internal hardware.
all right? So they're rewiring the world. Okay?
Really what's happening is that we have been, and we still are, and for the next 10 years we will be, rewiring.
Another guy that he got a script. We gonna get the chip. He got the script.
The global economy to lay the
Buying and selling. It's all about buying and selling.
networks that we laid for, which were highways, utilities, railways, and now we're laying cloud, artificial intelligence factories, and data centers. And on the fundamental basis, that's what's happening. So there will be $10 trillion from power, AI, factories, data centers, and fiber build-out laid to basically rewire the world for the new economy.
So they're rewiring the world. They want to rewire human beings, right? And again, they're not going to stop. Okay, they're only going to fulfill what prophecy says. Listen to a little bit more, which we play him a lot. He's known as like a prophet of the digital AI, age. So a lot of the stuff that he's saying taps into the mindset of the elites and what they're planning on doing,
Big thing is hacking human beings. To hack human beings, you need a lot of biological knowledge, a lot of computing power, and especially a lot of data. If you have enough data about me and enough computing power and biological knowledge, you
And the word, the microchip, or two words, the microchip.
can hack my body, my brain, my life. You can reach a point when you know
You can only hack a body if it has a chip in the brain or a chip in the hand.
me better than I know myself.
Chapter 1, verse 20. Wisdom shouts in the streets. She cries out in the public square. She calls to the crowds along the main street, those gathered in front of the city gate. How long, you simpletons, will you insist on being simple-minded?
Right, and wisdom taps into solving the mystery, as it says here.
These other camps don't have the wisdom. Here is wisdom. Let them count. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, and the number of the beast is a number of a man, and is number 666. Now ISUPK says this chapter, the 666, represents 666 Edomites that rule the world. What 660 Edomites are you talking about? There's 666 Edomites that run the whole world. No, there's not. No, there's not. And I don't know how you got that information. Give me one bit of information, a news article of 666 white men got together and have a meeting. Come on, y'all. It's based upon the 666, the Universal Product Code. Anytime you go and you self-checkout, I always fucking self-checkout. I never have somebody, the cashier. I go to self-checkout. When I go anywhere, I buy no more than about 10 or more things. 5 to fucking 15 items. Like I go to Costco. The last time I went to Costco, I got 2 fucking items. I was in and out. So when I scan out, self-checkout, I find the UPC and I scan it. UPC is based upon 666.
Here in Revelation 13 and 18, let's read it in the as the elders reading that. As we're out on the highways and the byways and we're doing these videos warning, and our people are just being stubborn, naysaying, mocking. See? And it's going to lead to a lot of lives being destroyed, man. Okay? And wisdom is needed here. Let one with understanding solve the meaning of the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666, the 666. And within that code, it lays out the plan for him to recreate man in his image and make you a trackable, traceable, scannable upload to their grid. Okay? And they can know your thoughts. I mean, he's saying it all right here.
How long will you mock us, relish your mocking? How long will you fools hate knowledge? Come, and listen to my counsel. I'll share my heart with you and make you wise.
And that's through the prophets. We're sharing the counsel of the Lord, which we're telling you this is what John saw, and you say, I'm tired of hearing about it. Okay, well, we do videos on other things. Watch those videos, or don't watch at all. Go watch the IUI.
If you're tired of it, just walk down the street. Don't. Oh, they look like them GMS guys. Let me walk on the other side. You have the right to walk on the other side of the street. Oh, these guys are on that block. Don't walk down that block. Take another block. You don't want to hear you have a right to listen to it and to not listen to it. But you also have a right to get a chip in you, because that's going to be your right.
I see. You know? You know what I mean?
Let's go back to the video.
Now, in the past, many tyrants and governments wanted to do it, but nobody understood biology well enough. And nobody had enough computing power and data to hack millions of people.
No time in history did they have this technology. They have the technology right now. They got the technology. It's a matter of how we're going to get billions of people to accept it, freely accept it.
The ancient tyrants of old didn't have the power we had. I'm going to have to save this video because I'm always looking for that quote where he said it. It was right here. Okay? And again, they're not going to use, right? This is Professor Yang. This is why Silicon Valley is secretly.
Oh, and he said they're going to chip the illegals, the illegal aliens. They're not deporting them. They got them in detention centers because they're gonna let them back out. They're gonna chip them. They're gonna say, look, if we chip you, we'll let you back in America. Who you think they're gonna say? Oh, hell yeah! So a lot of our people, Issachar and other tribe from South America, they're gonna take that chip to have access to America again. Man, can't you see? Hey, Alonzo said it to Hoyt. Man, can't you see? That's what we saying to you, Nate and Johanna. Can't you see? Open your eyes, son. Can't you see?
Building a religion to summon a god. Okay, and you can watch the video, but I wanted to play this part because he sums it up perfectly. And in the video, he's basically, tapping into Plato's, one of his theories, and how they're using AI to manipulate people's mind, and it's being turned into a god. The same thing, some of the things we tap into, but he just has his approach on how he says it. But pretty much, in a nutshell, he goes into, this system is going to require high-level corruption. Okay, it's going to, it's going to be a lot of inefficiency because of the energy demands of the data centers.
Data centers, you want to talk about energy, resources, and the toxins that it spews out, they're just taking over.
Okay, it's going to be unsustainable. Okay, then he talks about how fragile AI is, not independent. It relies entirely on human slavery, and so forth. So he's just going into how basically this implementation of AI is going to destroy, pretty much is going to lead them to their destruction. Okay?
The problem is the people in charge don't know this, or they refuse to believe this. And this is a real AI apocalypse, okay? The real apocalypse, where the people in charge are so convinced that AI will save the world that they will destroy it in order to make it possible, okay? That is a real apocalypse. And so this begins our journey into AI, and we're going to continue this for the rest of the semester and show how AI will ultimately destroy the world.
AI will destroy the world. It's going to, basically, because we know when you get Revelation 17.
After this, I'm close.
Revelation 17.
Or not.
And, 11, it says, and the beast that was and is not, because Rome was once in power and then it fell, all right, and then it was revived, right? He is the eighth. That's Babylon the Great that came out of the British, and is of the seven and goeth into perdition. So this beast system, okay, goes into perdition. All right, let's look up the word perdition. Okay, it's the only direction. All right, as the scriptures say, his desire is as hell, and he is as death. And he's, you know, and that's basically how the Lord set him up. Apolia, destroying or utter destruction of a vessel, perishing, ruin. All right, so this is going to lead. The only place where this system is going is into perdition, into destruction. The son of perdition, as the scriptures call him in 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter. He had to be revealed. This is absolutely crazy. Verse 3, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed. See, through our eyes, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. And he's doing that via technology, AI, and everything we're seeing. But as we can see here, okay, Silicon Valley is prepping us for the MOTB. So they're no longer hiding.
Oh, wait a minute, I didn't even see this. This was in the beginning, though. Right, they're like the elder just said, they're not even hiding it no more. If you watch my recent videos, one of the videos I said a must-watch video, you got to go into it, I don't know, half an hour, 45 minutes, hour in, and I actually go to Google and I ask a series of questions about the fourth industrial revolution. Would it lead to the microchipping of humans? Said yes. And then I believe I asked another question related to that one, and they even mentioned Revelation. So they're starting to say that this is the fulfillment of Revelation chapter. You know what? I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it because I did it enough. I'm not going to go to the Google to ask or the chat. You ask. Look at that. Silicon Valley this is technology news, not religious news, not Christianity news. It's technology news. Silicon Valley is prepping us for the coming mark of the beast. Mark of the beast. Silicon Valley wants to put a chip in your brain. Not just your brain, your hands. You got a choice. Brain, hand, or both. Jake is going to say, give me in the hand. I'm going to tell you, I'm not getting a hole drilled in my fucking head, in my skull. Esau do that dumb shit.
Their plans. Okay? Silicon Valley leaders are forecasting a future where brain-implanted computer chips will become the commonplace. Some venture capitalists argue that resistance to these chips will
No, it's talking about sin in all of its forms. Whether it be political or religious. Do you know how stupid that shit sounds? We laugh. We laugh when Nate says that. It's funny to us. It's comedy in its highest order.
Eventually fade as the competitive advantages of human AI integration become too difficult to ignore. As we set up this infrastructure, all right, you know, more and more people won't be reluctant to take this chip. Okay? Prominent tech figures such as OpenAI Sam Altman, all right, a sodomite, just like the other guy we were just listening to.
Harari.
Noah
Harari.
He's a sodomite.
Oh, he's open.
So at the forefront of this movement to change the world, there's a bunch of freaks and creeps, right? View a human-machine merge as a potential path forward.
Hence, transhumanism.
All right, to compete with survival alongside advanced intelligence. So you will not be able to survive. And remember, as we always show you, what did the serpent tell the woman? Okay? Genesis, the 3rd chapter. Okay? Genesis 3 and 5. This is what the serpent said. For God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, that's why they have that bite out of that apple. We know it wasn't an apple, but when you look at the Apple logo for their technology, it's a bite out of an apple because that represents the forbidden fruit. Okay? It's just a mocking. We know it was literally a philosophy, but it's know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open, and ye shall be as gods. See, and they're promising you shall be as gods, right? And see, the woman.
Now let me do this here. I'm gonna change gears. Watch the rest of this. Okay, GMS Spiritual Army 144. That's the elder head of DC GMS. The you know what, when we use that terminology, you know what, we know what that is. It's right around the corner. Okay, we got this one that just came up. GMS South Carolina 08. Read, everything is better when white people are around. And sometimes it is. You see a bunch of white people, you don't feel that nervous. You see a bunch of niggas, you get worried. That's a goddamn shame. Anyway, I wanted to get into this. Okay, watch the rest of this. I'm going to click over. See what this is all about. There you go. Okay, this is live. So let's... Okay, so this is getting ready to start.
Okay, unmute. Shalom, shalom. All praises to Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Ba'ashem Rakaha Kudash. Shalom, shalom. Can y'all hear me? Shalom. Let's see. Unmute. Shalom. Okay, now we to all right, the name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh. The Son's name is Yahweh Shai. Rakaha Kodash is the Holy Spirit. Peace and blessings be upon the hopeful elect. And double honors to our elders and apostles. They came back in the reincarnation, known as Great Millstone. I wanted to do a quick video here, kind of just like an update on something that we always know. Alright, you know what, MOTV, what you see on the screen. And yeah, I was just watching this little video, this guy, he be traveling around the countries. And he was traveling, he's in China, right? He's in China right now, and he went into this mall, and this certain part of this video stood out. I was like, yeah, I gotta do a video on this. Let's see if it's gonna play. Alright, so he's in this store, and he's explaining, okay, there's these doorbells. Alright, but he's saying the different ways that you can open the door, and one of them is, he said, you can put your hand up, you see? And he pointed to it. You can use your hand. I'm gonna leave it right there. Alright. And this is proof that it's here, it's closer than we believe. A lot of people think we are conspiracy theorists and things like that, but merging biometrics in this form of use is going to be easy to change it to payments. All right, payment systems. So let me just bring out some news, some information, and then I'm going to get some precepts, all right? This is the UK. Let me just blow this up too. This is Google AI. It says the UK government has dropped plans to make digital ID mandatory. While the Labour administration initially proposed a mandatory digital ID to prove the right to work as part of an administration crackdown, this requirement was officially scrapped following significant political and public backlash. It says voluntary integration, but I put down here, all right, what could trigger this mandatory digital ID to be merged with biometric payment systems, and how easy would it be? A merger between a mandatory national ID and a biometric payment system, allowing you to pay or access funds by scanning your face or hand, could be triggered by a massive economic shocks and severe anti-fraud campaign, or a push for financial inclusion. That's what they talk about at these EU summits, Bilderberg, World Economic Forum, Trilateral Commission. What are these other groups? When they mean the Bohemian Grove, you know, whenever the leaders link up, they know that the main way to make everyone financially inclusive is to upload them to the mainframe, to the beast system. Technology, the merger is highly feasible and already built into private infrastructure. But from a legal, political, and public trust standpoint, it would be extremely difficult to implement. But it really wouldn't, all right? All you got to do is bring in the forces, all right? Bring in the machines, all right? Potential triggers for a merger. A government would unlikely merge the systems without a severe catalyst. The most probable triggers include, all right, and that severe catalyst is right around the corner. All right, World War III is already still brewing. It's already happening. What's it called? In the cyber world, all right, all types of cyber attacks and false flags going on right now. For some of these triggers, number one, it says a massive fraud or cyber warfare crisis. If an AI-driven deepfakes or synthetic identity fraud completely break traditional banking security, the state might mandate centralized biometric authentication to authorize all high-value and everyday financial transactions. So we're not talking about retina scans, all right? This is talking about merging man with machine, transhumanism. Ultimately, what Esau Edom wants to do, so-called self-proclaimed white man, at the highest level, he wants people to deify themselves. All right, let's look at it. It says deify yourself. I think I spelled yourself wrong. No, not edify yourself. Deify. I think I D-I-E. No. Deify, like that's a deity. Hold on, let's do this. Deity. All right. Which means, okay, a deity is a supernatural being such as a god or a goddess revered as divine believed to have power. Now, I think it's deify. Let's see. Deify. Okay, deify means to elevate someone or something to the status of a god, or to worship and to treat them with godlike reverence. And that's what they want to do with this chip, because now you're going to feel limitless. Just like that movie Limitless, you're going to feel like that you can go and do whatever you want because other people in society.
Good movie if you never watched it. Good movie. Basically, the guy had spiritual power through this pill.
Who deny this thing, they're going to be ostracized, they're going to be pushed out of society, just like people that choose, and businesses, companies that choose to continue to operate with cash. All right, you're just going to have to go out of business unless you take this man's MARK, and if they worship the beast, bow down to his image, you know, and be full swing with the beast man, which his number is revealed in there as 666. Esau Edom, self-proclaimed so-called white man at the highest level, and his vassal states, but mainly Amalek is controlling all the money. And remember, he was the first to war with Jacob. Ultimately, this is Esau trying to get his blessing back. You know, he's gonna get, and Jacob's not gonna rule. But this man, his plans are right here. They're in front of us right now. Another trigger says central CBDC, central bank digital currency rollout. If the Bank of England launches a digital pound, integrating a government digital ID into the payment infrastructure would be the most direct way to enforce automated tax collection, distribute targeted welfare, and enforce anti-money laundering AML rules. And that's what AI is going to do. All right, with the social credit system, China is the model for that. That's why when I saw this video, I was like, okay, I have to do I got to do a short video on the mark of the beast, because here it is right here. It's just not linked into biometrics. All right, this is just the infrastructure for it. They're telling you that it'd be more feasible, and everything's already in place to make it happen. Number 3, the cashless society. This is another trigger that can make digital IDs merge with biometrics right away and become mandatory. The cashless society and financial inclusion. If physical cash is completely phased out, the government might merge digital IDs with biometric payments as a safety net. This would allow unbanked citizens or those who lose their smartphones to buy food or access state benefits using just their biometrics. So they're going to say it's more fluid, we can control it, all right, we're more secure, no one can hack it, all right. But I forget who that tech leader was. Somebody maybe wants to post that in the comment board. That he said that humans are hackable now. Look, we're here. Neuralinks.
Noah Harari. He spoke about hackable humans.
Look, let's say you get a Neuralink by Elon Musk, or this guy, he changed his name to Keck, Goddess of Darkness. If you get your Neuralink and something's going on with it, they're gonna try and go back and reset it, tweak it. That's fucking with your DNA. That's fucking with your whole genetic makeup. You know what I'm saying? These people are playing like they're God. That's why he wants to put a chip inside of everybody. And the you know what is the MOTV, the Revelation 13. Let me get it. All right. But again, it said this would allow unbanked citizens or those.
He doesn't have to, because everybody knows. But there could be somebody new. What's this MOTB? Where's that in the scriptures? So, Revelation 13.
To lose their smartphones to buy food or access state benefits using just their biometrics. Number 4, crisis-driven mission creep, similar to how the C19 app laid the technical foundations for digital discussion. Right, everybody got that warning in that health card, the VAX status on your phone, on your device. It didn't matter if you had iOS or Android. All right, so it's showing you how easy it is to just update the software inside of a system, and they built it into the phones. They built the software into it because they know they're gonna add upgrades to it eventually. They're gonna say it's only for essential workers, and it's just to keep their health records and all this other crap. But then they're gonna do a stress test. They might do a stress test where all these essential workers and soldiers, they'll say, okay, we've updated the chips that are inside of you for biometrics. Let's test this out, and if it works, which it's going to work, Esau's going to try and go full swing with this mandation. All right, it's going to happen, man. We are right there. Like it's literally right around the corner. All right. How easy would it be? The difficulty of merging the system if it's split between simple technology and complex societal friction. Tokenization, payment networks like Visa already use payment. Yeah, they already started doing this. Payment passkeys and data tokens to link device biometrics directly to transaction frameworks. It's a lot. I'm not going to read all of this. Some political backlash. All right, but this devil's going to overrule and declare martial law throughout the earth, wherever the realm is, the empire, Moab. All right, because Moab is the model for it. That's why a lot.
I'm glad he said that, because I've been saying that Moab is the model. Moab is the model. That's part of the reason why they had that meeting. That was reminiscent of Nixon going to China to have a meeting with Mao Zedong back in '72. I remember that as a kid. Biometric, okay, is another news, whatever, technical, whatever, site, page, paper, whatever, digital infrastructure. I believe that these data centers, you're gonna have a lot of Chinese working, and you're gonna have these illegal aliens working here too, because they got to build this infrastructure up super quick. Digital infrastructure development dominates Africa's policy priorities, Carnegie brief, because Africa's got to be plugged in too. And all those leaders in Africa, all those black African leaders, there's 54 nations, 54 countries in Africa, in that one continent, and they're all paid off. I can't prove it, but they're all going to comply to the digital system. Now you got Bishop Nate over there telling them that the Lord is black and his name is Jesus. He ain't telling them about the mark of the beast. So when the mark of the beast comes, they're going to take it because Nate forgot to tell them not to take it. You better wake the fuck up, Nate. We'll take that bag of money and throw it back in what's his name? We used to call this guy Ebenezer Rothschild. You better take that bag of money and throw it back in Ebenezer Rothschild's face.
A lot of them are behind what's going on in Africa. Like, I got this article too, but a lot of them are over there raping Africa of its resources at an alarming rate, like in the Congo and various other places. Got these raw minerals.
And guess what? There's nothing wrong with that, because did not Isaac give him the blessing? That's the only way you're gonna get blessings. You gotta stick them up, my niggas, a hole up.
And some of these minerals have never been seen before. To further,
I don't want to see nothing move but the money. Now that's Esau's
advanced technology for this MOTB. All right, and again, it's increasing at a rapid speed. It says digital infrastructure development dominates Africa's policy priorities. Carnegie brief. All right. It says a brief released by Carnegie Endowment for International Peace has disclosed that the development of digital infrastructure has been a top of priority in the list of many African governments for at least the past 30 years. So this is 30 years in the making, man. You know, what they say that Uganda or Kenya is now giving every child that's born a digital ID. It's going to be connected to each child born in that country. It says this fact is supported by more than 1,000 data points pulled together from Carnegie's Africa Technology Policy Tracker, a database of technology laws, policies, and regulations across all 55 African countries, as well as the African Union, according to the brief published recently. So AI is already in full swing. It's already ready for everybody to get uploaded to the beast system, except this man has to cause a fall. All right. In China, all right, they're the blueprint. When Trump went over there to go visit China, he took all these tech experts with him. Yeah, that's the person.
And bankers. Top tech people and bankers.
Noah Harari. He said that humans are hackable. Shalom. Yabashima Shabakata Bashim Kakudash to you. Bayanya Sha'ala 144. Yeah, he said that humans are not hackable. All right, so the Esau, he's going to try and hack all humans on Earth by implementing this MOTB. And like I said, when Trump went over there, he took a bunch of, let's just type it in here. Let me type it in here. Trump take tech advisors with him to his recent trip to China, to Moab land. Yes, Donald Trump brought an entourage of America's highest profile tech leaders and business executives with him during his official state visit to Beijing. The high-stakes summit focused heavily on artificial intelligence, semiconductor export controls, supply chains, and market access. To emphasize the importance of the delegation, Trump even flew several of these tech leaders directly with him on Air Force One. All right, so why is he bringing all these tech guys over there? To get tips? All right, China is the blueprint for the MOTB. All right, and you can see it. They got it on one of these. It looks like a ring device.
Well, they're just working together because they got leaders above. They got the Rothschilds and the people above both of them, because they all answer to the same elite, the hidden elite. So they're just working together. The Rothschilds and the other super elites, maybe even the Oppenheimers and other super rich families. They make it seem like China's against the U.S. and Russia and this, that, and the third. Because when it proves that they're all under the same elite that speak to them. When the virus came out, they all got it. It said it came from China. They had everybody in China wearing masks. Then they had everybody in America wearing masks. So they get scripts too. The president of China gets scripts too, just like Nero gets scripts.
Device. It looks like a ring device. But if you have that thing inside of you, then you can open your door just by waving your hand. You know. This is just in a video. This is a video I was watching. This dude is traveling to China.
And what that looks like is a palm print. That's a palm scan. That's not the chip. It's a palm scan. But eventually, you're going to show this part of your hand, the back side of your hand, to open up a door or start your car or open up your garage.
He's saying that you can use your hand. I don't have the audio going because the video might lag. But he's saying if you got that technology, you just wave your hand over, you hit it, it's got the screen on there, the numbers will pop up and the door opens. So China's years ahead, right? And it said that Africa.
Oh yeah, the shit that's over there in China in certain major cities, it's amazing. It's like the Jetsons, man. They way. I believe even Xi or Z, whatever his name is, Xi Jinping, the premier of China. He said something the other day. Let me see if I can say it the way he said it. It was said that he said when Nero came over here, he said that the U.S. I think he said the U.S. or America. What did he say? It's a dying empire, or something to that effect.
Africa's been planning this for over 30 years. So Moab is in there. That's why I got this precept. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, in verse 46. It says, "And thou, Asia, art partaker of the hope of Babylon." America is the modern day Babylon, the daughter of Babylon. All right, daughter of the Chaldees, the virgin daughter of Babylon. And art the glory of her person. Right, all American flags are all made in China. All right, I don't know if that's been changed or not, but the majority of stuff is imported because of cheap labor.
Yeah, China, Moab is my wash pot. You gonna wash them. Moab is washing everybody. All Moab got to do is cut. Is called for what do you call it? Embargo. That means nothing is going to be shipped or, imported. Imported into, exported into America, or exported out of China into America. Imported from America. No imports from China. That's an embargo. So if they call for an embargo, guess what? America is a ghost town. America is a ghost town. They don't make shit over here in America. Mostly everything that's made is in China. The computer, everything.
All right, and the way that China's set up. Woe be unto thee, thou wretch, because thou hast made thyself like unto her. That's why he took all those tech advisors. You taking notes. Edomites taking notes from Moabites on how to further these data centers. All right, upload everybody to the system. Get everybody checked in, Hast decked thy daughters in whoredom, that they might please and glory in thy lovers, which have always desired to.
Which means what? The Americanization of Japan, the Americanization of China. When in Rome, do as the Romans do.
Commit whoredom with thee. Thou hast followed her, that is hated in all her works and inventions. Therefore saith the power, I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence to waste thy houses with destruction and death. All right, and that's what's waiting for all those that want to be a partaker of Asia, who's a partaker of Babylon. who's going to enforce the you know what. Revelation 13 and 15, it says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. I'll leave it at that. It's right around the corner. All right, it's the you know what. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakodash. Keep fasting and praying. Double honors to our elders and apostles, of course, that came back in the reincarnation. Shalom, Barakim, peace and blessings to the household of faith. Those that are about the mind, Wa'amah, in sincerity and truth. And again, call Halayim, which means all praises, La Alahayna, to our power, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Bahashem Rakah. All right, most high in the name of the Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Shalom.
So Shalom, on to the next. Shalom. Hold up. Let's see if we can get some more. Okay. Anyway. Shalom, on to the next. Shalom.